Hello, this is Rachel, and this is a Borderline Recovery channel. So I am a certified life coach, and I've been helping people with borderline and borderline traits. It's easy to think that you want to be an honest and open person. You don't want to be like other people that are closed off or have a poker face. But the truth is, there's a reason why they're closed off. And a lot of that has to do with protecting themselves and not being judged. And there's something to learn from that. So, when you open up too much, they have information on the topics you like to talk about, and a lot of people will talk about the same topics over and over again, so they have an idea of what's important to you or the things that bother you. They get information on your triggers, and they get information on how open and vulnerable you make yourself. It's easy to, want people to know what you've been through, but you do not want people to know your limit, your threshold at all, because they know how far they can take it. So when you're explaining a situation where you're dealing with something you put up with, they now know how much you're willing to put up with and what the consequences. A lot of borderlines and people with the traits will forget all the information that they tell people, and then later when the people talk about the story or refer to something that's affecting you, or you talk about, it's about protecting yourself. It's not about giving them a lot of information. It's not about being open and honest. It's about protecting yourself. And there's a lot of information that they're not giving you about their past and themselves, which pretty much puts you in a position where you can't make those judgment calls about them. They're just not going to let you know. And that's them protecting themselves. And there's something to learn from that. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you're not open. Talking less will keep somebody from throwing things in your face and having the advantage on you, or triangulating. So, it saves you from having people know too much information that you've never even met. That could be in a coworker situation or things like that, even family, where people that don't know you already think they know you because the other person went and told you that the same stories and the information you gave them to another person. And you need to protect yourself from that, because that makes people who are judging you in your environment when you're not even aware of it. So you have to put a barrier in between. And if you notice that when you're talking, giving a text message or email, where you feel like you added a lot more information than you needed to, just go ahead and rewrite it or remove that information because it's not needed. Messages should be looked over a second and third time so that you're not giving them too much information. And if you feel like you have a thought that says, I feel like I already gave them too information, or I might be giving them too much information, go ahead and delete that. There are short answers that aren't explanation enough. And giving too much of an explanation or too much information is also talking too much. You don't owe people an explanation unless it's your boss that's paying your bills, or certain members of your family, or maybe your partner, sometimes your children, but do not give explanations to, describe why you're saying what you're saying or doing what you're doing. because that's still too much information. Just hang in there and remember, you don't owe people an explanation that says too much information when there's no explanation needed. You don't need to tell people too much information about yourself, and you protect yourself from being judged and getting triggered, and you protect yourself from being a target for narcissists and other people who are toxic by keeping that information to yourself. And it is something you can adopt in your lifestyle, and it is very healthy for you. So I hope that you leave comments and contact me soon. Thank you for watching.